Welcome back to Prime Time, y'all, and I'm back at it again with another story time. But before you hop into this story time, go ahead and get your meal, your drink, your blunt, or your snack, and tell your man or sneaky link that you will call them back because Prime just dropped a new story time. So, y'all, this story time takes place back in late January of 2018. I'm on Grindr, being fast as usual, knowing I shouldn't be on this app because, at the time, I'm only 16, okay? Was I 16? Hold on. I think I was 15 at the time, about to be 16.
The real question is this. Was all this legal? Absolutely fucking not.
You know what? That don't even matter. Hey, so, I'm on Grindr being fast. Being fast, I gotta admit, I was bad. But I was horny. My hormones was kicking in. People was really like whispering in my ear at this moment. It's like, look, we gotta do things, okay? And I'm like, look, I'm ready. I'm with you. Let's do it, puberty.
Slut.
So I get a message from this man on Grindr, blank profile. And, he texts me, hey. I'll text him back, hey. He like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm doing well. How are you? Then he proceeds to ask me, like, do I have any plans? I tell him no. He's like, oh, you want to meet up, like, talk and chill? I'm like, of course. Like, I have no problem with that. But, I had different plans, of course. So, me and this man set a time and a date. And before I know it, that date and time came. So, I walk outside to his truck. Ooh, it was a nice car, okay? And I'm like, oh, this is nice, He tell me, hey, how you doing? Let me describe this man for y'all, okay? So, we're going to call this man George, all right? George was a Caucasian male on the bigger side. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I like me a big boy, okay? Oh, sometimes you just need a big boy, to show you some love.
I need a big boy, give me a big boy.
Pretty blue eyes, a beautiful motherfucking smile. I mean, most nice set of motherfucking teeth. Then on top of that, he had big ass hands. And I don't know about y'all, but it's just something about a man with big fucking hands that just gets me going, okay? If you're able to grip a basketball, 9 out of 10, you got a chance with me, okay? If you're able to grip that motherfucker with one hand, it just does something to my spirit, okay? It just gets me going.
Boy is fueled like fire. So start melting, ladies, because the boy is hotter than hot. He's hot.
He also had a really cute voice. Like, it wasn't too deep, but it wasn't light either. Like, it was like that perfect median. It's like, okay, like, it was a soothing voice, y'all. Like, it just, when he talked, you had no choice but to listen. It was just like, what you talking about? Sometimes I wasn't even listening to what he was talking about for real. I was just staring into them pretty ass blue eyes, y'all. It was just so pretty. Like, I can't help myself. Plus, honestly, I can't even say I really cared at the time because, I'm just trying to hunch, all right?
I hear something purring. Wait, that's my pussy.
Fast forward through our mini conversation, he then proceeds to ask me, are you hungry? Y'all, I pause. I'm like, am I hungry? Of course I'm motherfucking hungry, okay? That's never a motherfucking question. I'm always fucking hungry, all right? One thing about me, I will never, and I mean fucking never, decline some motherfucking food, especially if it's free, okay? So then George proceeds to ask me, where do you want to eat? And you giving the bitch an option? Alright. So, I tell him where I want to eat, blah, blah, blah. He take me there. And then I wait on him to say, I only got this so much amount of money or choose this, choose that. Nah, bitch. He let me get what the fuck I want. How much I want it. I was like, wow. Okay. This was my first time really meeting a man so generous like this. You know what I'm saying? So kind. I'm like, wow, like, I like this. We didn't hook up on the first night, which is crazy. I know. Because, I just ate and, we talked in his car and that was just that. So I started to see George more and more and more, y'all. I was starting to really fucking like George. I really was. Like, I mean, this man was just feeding me and feeding me. I don't know if he was trying to fatten me up. I don't know. But George knew what the fuck to do, okay? I'm talking about Domino's, Wingstop, Checkers, fucking took a bitch to fucking Red Lobster. Let a bitch get what they want. Took a bitch to Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh, anybody who know me know I love Buffalo Wild Wings. Down, I mean, this white man. For all the white men that I done mess with, y'all gotta give thanks to George, because if it was not for George, I most likely would have never been fucking with y'all. George, he really opened the door for y'all for me, okay? George did that. So at this point, we keep going out eating. He even took me to go see Black Panther for the first time, y'all. Like, I mean, this man, wow. Black fucking Panther for the first time. I'm talking about, he got us the best seats. I don't know if y'all know, but it was this one movie called Cinemark Theater, called Cinemark, where, the seats would move. Bitch, not only did he get a bitch 3D, he made sure the seats moved, okay? Oh, motherfucking K, D-Box, okay?
Skittles, some dips, Reese's Pieces, pretzels, and a large popcorn.
A large? You got money. He got money. Get it all for him.
So y'all probably wondering, like, was y'all hunching? No, not at first. I was surprised because he never would, like, ask for, like, usually by this point, men would have been asking for their nuts, some hair, some pussy, something. But not George. All George really wanted was my motherfucking time. So at this point, he's turning me on just by how he is, his whole character. The fact that he wasn't asked for it made me want to give it to him, okay? Man, take notes. This is how you get it, alright? It made me, I wanted to put it on him so bad. So at this point, I'm just like, George, because, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. We was doing little tiny bits of things, like in the car. We might kiss, which was good. I might grab on it. I ain't gonna lie, I'll grab on it. And, he might grab on me. But, sometimes that's really as far as it got. So I then proceed to ask him, like, I'm tired of doing stuff in the car. Do you got your own place? Like, I want to go do some things. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, we on a date. We eating. I want to say we was at Buffalo Wild Wings when I asked this. So, he telling me, okay, I'll be down for that. And I then ask him, I'm like, George, why are you single? Like, you seem like the most perfect dude, okay? Why are you single? George proceeds to tell me that he used to be married. And, now he's widow. It didn't work out. I'm not going to get into the details because that ain't none of our business. But, they divorced. And he was just by himself. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, what the fuck does that got to do with you being single? Like, get to these streets. Because at this point, I ain't gonna lie, I think he wanted to be with George. Even though he was older than me, I want to say George was probably in his late or mid 30s. I don't know. I don't really remember the age. I wasn't paying attention, y'all, because it's feeding me. I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck if that man was 85. He was feeding me, okay? So then George proceeds to tell me that he has 5 kids. Mind you, while he tells me this, I have a whole, like, chicken wing in my mouth. So I choke a little bit because I'm like, 5 fucking kids. So I swallow what I then had in my mouth. And then I ask him, I'm like, you being serious? You got 5 kids? He like, yes, I have 5 children. I'm like, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. 5 kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He like, yes. He showed me pictures. I'm like, damn, those his kids. They look just like him, no shade. They didn't even look like the mama. They didn't even look like the mama. One as young as, like, one was in a car seat. So young. I'm like, not even in a car seat, but like in a fucking, y'all know them little baby carriers? He had one as young as that. I'm like, God damn, I'm like, you, and I mean, they was all low-key close in age. I mean, he was popping her pussy, okay? I'm like, damn, George, like, he had me contemplating. I'm like, are you really into men? Because this is a lot of kids. So I then proceed to ask him, I'm like, so are you for real gay? He like, He like, yeah, because I'm thinking he might say bye or something. He's like, look, I'm gay, blah, blah, blah. He ain't telling me his whole motherfucking story. So after that, I kind of distanced myself from George because I'm just like, damn, I'm like, I look, he wanted to be with you, but you got like 5 kids. And I don't want to be no stepdaddy, okay? I don't want to be no stepdaddy. That's just too much for me. But, he kept hitting me up. And like I told y'all before, I cannot decline free fucking food. I just can't. I can't help myself. It's one of my biggest fucking weaknesses. Like, if I'm hiding from a killer and the killer yell out, "Are you hungry?" Y'all, I'm coming out. They gonna find me. I just can't. I can't decline it. I just cannot decline it to even save my own fucking life.
Yeah, double homicide.
Bitch. So one day, he invited me over to his house, and I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, we about to get a crack in. Like, we really finna do this, cause we was just doing a little small shit in the car. Nothing major. So he invited me over to his house, y'all. He drive me there. It's a nice house on the outside. I'm like, oh, okay. Did I say he was a firefighter? Or used to be a fighter. I'm sorry. But, baby, he was, wow. It looks like it was paint off, baby. The house was really motherfucking nice. I mean, just a beautiful motherfucking home.
Ooh, this is nice. It don't smell like roaches in here or nothing. How you get sparkles in the back of an animal? What is this, a Care Bear?
Until he had kids, there was a lot of kid shit everywhere. I was like, oh shit, he wasn't lying when he said he got 5 kids. Walk in, I see nothing but toys. I think he had some pets in there too. I can't remember verbatim what pets it was. I just know it was some pets. Anyway, don't matter. Take me upstairs. I'm like, oh shit, 3 stories. Cause he had a regular level, up level, and like a little basement, a furnished basement. Finished basement is what it's called, okay? Woo! Nice home. Go upstairs, go in his room, y'all. Beautiful fucking room. I mean, he got his own bathroom in that bitch. And I mean, when I tell you this man had the perfect bed, I want to say that bitch was like a king size motherfucking bed. It was so goddamn big. We started getting undressed, kissing. Ooh, I don't know what it was. He didn't have no lips like that. He didn't really have no lips, but what he lacked in lips, he made up for in tongue. Oh, oof, George. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, did I just say his real name? You know what? That's okay. That's okay. Because ain't nobody finna peep. Ain't nobody been finna peep. It's alright. Anyways, let's continue with this story. So, we kissing and everything. I go down on him. I go down on George. And baby, I'm going down on him. George wasn't, the most endowed man. I mean, of course, can't hold him to it. He's Caucasian. No shade, no shade, no shade. But hey, that's alright, because I don't really like it that big, okay? The big ones be putting you in wheelchairs, I'm just trying to like do what I needs to do. I'll give him the gog, the ski. He skied. And then, he started giving me some head, rubbing my nipples, licking my nipples. It was because of him that I even found out that my nipples were so like sensitive, and I really like that shit. Like, I'm like, Zell, George, how you know I was going like that? Like, George, like, he was making me figure out things that I never realized before. I'm like, damn, I didn't know I liked that. Mind you, while he giving me head, one of his motherfucking daughters knocks on the door, like, Dad, let me in. Then, he yells back, like, oh, go to bed, blah, 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 blah. She like, no, let me in. They going back and forth. And, my black ass just laying there like, damn, like, she a little disrespectful. Like, ooh. She talking like she don't get whoopings, okay? No, it's not me to judge anybody's parenting skills, but in my household, she only needed to be told one time before she would have went back into that room, okay? But this little girl, she was persistent. And I knew that George really liked me when he cussed her ass. he cussed at her. He was like, "Go the fuck to bed. Go in your room." I was like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh." You know, white people don't really get down on their kids like that. So when he did that, I said, oh, he like me. Oh, he like me, baby. And y'all, he proceeded to go down on me and get my baby better. I was like, woo. Oh my goodness. You know, we laid there and cuddled, and y'all, cuddling with a big boy is something spectacular. I mean, just a generator, a heater. Like, you will never be cold, baby. I mean, just when it's wintertime, they are the perfect fucking snugglers. I just could not just feel like you snuggle with a big ass fucking teddy bear. Like, it just feels so good. Plus, he had chest hair. I don't know about y'all, but I love chest hair. I just love it. Run fingers through it, twirl it. I just, that's just me. That's just me. You know, we take a shower. You know, he washing my bag, cleaning me up. You know, I'm washing his bag, cleaning him up. Oh, this is nice. You know, a bitch could get used to this. But at the same time, like, them kids, there was just too many goddamn kids. And I'm just like, you know what? If George didn't have all those kids, I think maybe me and him probably could have been something. I really like George. I really loved me some George. George was so good to me, I almost said the L word one time. Oh my goodness, like, he was just so good to me. Like, I had never met a man like George. Never. George ain't want sex. I mean, he may have, of course, but like, he never really asked for it or like tried to lead to it. Like, all George really wanted was a bitch time. And that's what made me really like George, okay? And that's what made me want to give it to George. So all you men out there who want some cake or dick, look, be like George, okay? Then at that point, the other person got no choice but to want to give it to you, alright? But that will conclude this story time. Yes, me and George are still in contact. We are very, very, very good friends. And shout out to you, George. Shout out to you. George. You know, me and him ain't doing that. We just cool. Like, George is probably one of the only sneaky links that I can still like talk to like as a friend on some friendly shit. Other than that, everybody else was like, I had to cut them off. They still wanted to be nasty. But alright, y'all. If you made it through this whole story time, which was probably really fucking long. It probably could have been longer, but I didn't want it to be too long because me and George go back, baby, all the way back to 2018. But yeah, if you made it through this whole story time, I love you, okay? And go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell on the side so you will be notified the next time I upload. And I'll catch you, okay, on another Prime Time.